Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Dominion video. Today we finally have another episode of The Making of Dinotracker, where the Chaos Theorem team, who were in charge of creating Dominion's viral marketing website, sit down and discuss the best and worst parts about making this incredible website, and also the challenges they dealt with along the way. We're also treated with a new piece of deleted media every now and then within these videos as well. In the first episode, I made a video covering the details and we were given so much cool and interesting story regarding its production, with loads of deleted images from Dinotracker. Episode 2 then brought us our first ever deleted video, where we get to see the Dilophosaurus standing in place instead of the Allosaurus. You know, that video clip we all saw that was taken in the woods at night? The very creepy one. Now, in today's episode, we're focusing on the legacy dinosaurs that showed up, and more specifically, the production of the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors. As a casual reminder, this video is a breakdown of the video that you can see in full with a link in the description, so if you want to see the entire 26 minutes, feel free to head on over to the original. But for today, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Firstly, the opening part of this video shows us some more Jurassic Park 3 models of Velociraptors that I believe we have never seen before. These Velociraptor models were rumoured to have been lost after Jurassic Park 3, but that turned out to not be true, as we learn later on in this video. The first details that we hear was that there was early discussion of not just doing images and videos for Dinotracker, but to have eyewitness reports too. They stated that they didn't just want to have a whole paragraph of writing about what some eyewitness saw, but instead they wanted to do some sketches. After all, you can't expect someone to have a camera on them at all times, do you? Going forward, this was a cool and captivating way to potentially bring in some unique situations that would have been difficult to create in either Blender or Unreal Engine. Jaroslav, who does incredible artwork for Jurassic, was able to show some unreleased versions of his mock-ups, where the first one depicts a small fisherman boat encountering the Mosasaurus. Obviously, not as cool as visually seeing it, but these sketches leave it all down to the imagination of how this scene went down, which is a good way to intrigue the audience. However, my favourite one is the one that's discussed the most. In this next one, we get to see a Compsognathus in a chicken coop, after it's just killed a chicken or two. We see it roaring at the witness and feathers are scattered absolutely everywhere. There are some dead chickens sketched in to make sure that this scene felt real, and I can't help but think how awesome this would have been to see. It's something that makes loads of sense, but at the same time, something that I didn't realise could occur. It's another way to express how these dinosaurs are in our everyday world and could literally affect anybody. The final two sketches that we see here depict what I believe to have been a Carnotaurus. In this horror-driven sketch, it shows a herd of cows being stalked by two massive predators behind them. Due to their size and the horns, I assume these to be that of the Carnotaurus stalking the herd and waiting for one of the cows to move out of place so that they can snatch up a quick dinner. If this scene were to continue onwards, then we would have had this second sketch, which is by far the most detailed. We have the Carnotaurus standing in the field as cows run away. We can also see a broken fence behind it, suggesting that it, or something else, broke into the pen. The drool on the mouth of this dinosaur confirms that it was indeed looking for food, and whilst we don't know the backstory to what this could have been, we can safely assume that this story would have been about a farmer who noticed the Carnotaurus stalking his cattle at night as he tried to remember what these creatures would have looked like. Overall, the artwork of eyewitness accounts of these dinosaurs could have worked very well. However, they eventually went with the idea of doing illustrations that weren't focused on eyewitness reports, but instead for little Easter eggs, such as the ones we see at Fisherden Falls, where you can see the Buck and Doe Rex, as well as Isla Sorna Velociraptors from the last two Jurassic Park films. It was stated that they are just sketches and are left to the imagination and speculation, while not directly confirming that these raptors did in fact exist here. A smart handling on this topic. They went on to discuss the potential third tribe of Velociraptors from Isla Sorna on the mainland, and how they wanted to try and bring them into the film canon as they were originally hinted in the video game Jurassic Park Trespasser. We've already seen this unreleased version of the Velociraptors and even saw how far it developed with the species profile of the so-called Subject V2 Velociraptor from Isla Sorna. Unfortunately, these were never greenlit to be posted, but still a fun way to learn about them. Now we start to get a bit deeper into the information regarding the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors and how they were integrated into Dinotracker with an awesome deleted image as well. So, as we know, in universe there was someone in Canada who discovered 2 Velociraptors in a car park chilling and ultimately fell victim to being attacked by them as seen on Dinotracker. But how did this video come about? What were some deleted concepts? Well, we're told that Colin Trevorrow was all for bringing the legacy dinosaurs back. He said he loved the idea and wanted them to bring it all together. We also get to have some more clarification about the Velociraptor tail in Malta. So if you didn't already know about this, but a split second of a scene shows a Velociraptor tail in the underground market scene in Malta, and fans knew this could be a Velociraptor tail before the movie even released in some countries. I flew to the Netherlands to watch Jurassic World Dominion 8 days early, and only on my second screening did I notice this tail. We didn't have any confirmation or closure as to what this was until later in the year of 2022, where Colin Trevorrow confirmed that this was a tail of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park 3. However, via this Making of Dinotracker video, we learned that this tail was a Dilophosaurus animatronic tail that was painted specifically to look like a Jurassic Park 3 male Velociraptor tail, and it was intended as an Easter egg by the artistic team working on the movie. So that clears up even more speculation. This tail, whilst it may have been from a Dilophosaurus, was always intended to be a male Jurassic Park 3 raptor tail. Moving on, when the Chaos Theorem team asked ILM for some models, they tried their luck and they asked for the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors, and to their surprise, they were sent an email with these files. As we can see here, there's an early rendition of what they were given as a model, not 100% complete as stated by Manuel in the video, and he explains a little more about he had to slightly change the model of them to make them look a little bit better and to finalise these models.
I think it was the original file that they were using in the animatics that they were doing for Jurassic World. I think there were a lot of animatics with the JP3 Raptor.
State Manuel, what was the file size of the biggest dinosaur we had? What was the biggest file size for? Was it the Brachiosaurus?
It was the Brachiosaurus, yeah.
What was it like?
It was like 200 gigabytes.
Yeah, so 200 gigs for the Brachiosaurus. How big was the JP3 Velociraptor in file size?
Less than a mega, I think.
It was like 6 megabytes, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, it was a tiny file,
tiny,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely minuscule.
And it was covered of holes that I had to fix all of them, and then do all the textures and all the detailing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're like one of those people who fix old paintings, like Renaissance paintings, like bringing them back to life after so many years in storage. But yeah, so after all that, we had the JP3 Raptor.
But, to be honest, a very cool and interesting fact I learned from this video is about the file size of these dinosaurs. It turns out that the Velociraptor models were only about 6 megabytes, whereas the largest file of them all was obviously the Brachiosaurus, at a whopping 200 gigabytes. That's crazy huge. For context, this video you're watching right now is probably around 2 gigabytes in size, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is about 112 gigabytes in file size. That includes all of the DLCs, cars, missions, maps, buildings, and much more from that video game. But the Brachiosaurus model is nearly 50% larger than the overall file size of Grand Theft Auto 5. And what we're talking about here is a singular model of a singular dinosaur. That is absolutely crazy in my opinion. Wow. And finally, we get to see our treat from this video. A brand new deleted scene that shows some early concept of a couple of velociraptors chasing down someone in a snowy scrapyard full of old broken cars. Something unique and sets up what we were to expect for Jurassic World Dominion. As we know, this would have been released before the movie, and thus would have shown us a couple of velociraptors in the snow. This would have been a really nice setup to seeing Blue and Beta in the snow in the final version of Jurassic World Dominion. Now again, you must realise that this image is a concept art, and just an idea that they were playing around with for the time being. That's why you can see the original Jurassic Park Velociraptor model, as well as Blue the Velociraptor mixing in this image. Those were the models that they simply had easy access to, and decided to use for the concept of this image. But I could only imagine how awesome this would have been to see the Velociraptors chase that person down and have one of them even jump across on top of one of the cars, and then you see it jump off of that car off screen, as if it were to have pounced on the dude running away. Sadly, again, this wasn't the decision that they went ahead with and decided to go with one that we saw in Canada instead. But interestingly, the one in Canada actually had a few different versions as well. Some of these alternate takes for the scene were taken in a more foresty area than to the final piece that we got. While they do explain how it's a cool transition to see dinosaurs on concrete and man on the grass, I still would have much rather have preferred to have seen one of these alternate takes. For me at least, it's fantastic that we did get to see these raptors return, but ultimately I feel like it would have been a better vibe and feel if we saw someone spying on these raptors in the forest when they suddenly clock eyes and runs away for his life. And there we have it. Some cool and awesome new details about the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors returning via Dinotracker and how it all came to be. It does seem as if there will be a 4th episode to the making of Dinotracker, so stay tuned for more unknown and exclusive new content regarding this canonical website coming soon. Hopefully it won't be too long of a wait, as we're all eagerly excited to see what comes next. But as for today, I feel like we still got to learn some cool new details. Please like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here, but most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.